Yes! Sammy Oni here for Represent Radio, and today's not any normal day. It's a special day because I'm joined by two powerhouses, two special guests. Another Hood came out in 2011. 12 years later, we're here back with Sumotherhood, and the lead, the cast member, one is a Bafta award winning, the other one is an actor and entertainer. Please give it up for our leads today, Adam Deacon and Jazzy Zonzolo.
Come on, man, come on.
Welcome to Represent Radio.
Come on, man, I love it.
How you feeling?
Oh, thank you for having us, man.
Now, thank you for coming through, guys. I mean, there's a lot to digest, a lot to unpack. I've seen the movie, as I've obviously explained. Yeah. So let's talk from the very, very top. 2023 now, we're back. You guys are back together again, creating content, making a movie. Why do you feel like it was important now to drop something, a parody such as this, in 2023?
Well, to be honest with you, it was like, it wasn't our choice.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't our choice. Like, if we could have had it, we would have had it like 8 years ago, because we've been working on it for a very long time. Yeah, so we've been rejected a lot, and we just kept going, and you know, it just feels like it's the right timing now.
Yeah.
You know, it's the right climate. So,
was there any discouragement in terms of the rejection? Because obviously, like you said, if it was up to you guys, you would have had it 8 years ago. But now that it's taken so long, you haven't been deterred. You've still been hampered on the idea.
No, because we always knew, like, when we was in the process of it, like the writing stages and stuff, me, Adam, Michael, we always knew that if this gets made, it's a wrap, like, because it was needed, you know, and yeah, now we're here. You know?
I'm wondering though, did you take any like inspiration from like Rush Hour? Because that's what the dynamic,
Yeah, no,
100%.
we looked at films like Rush Hour because we felt like we haven't had a film in the UK like that. And it was like we needed that energy, that comedy, the action, the drama. Like, we wanted to put that in a UK setting, an authentic UK setting.
I'm so happy you said that, by the way.
Yeah, no, because I was...
Did you see that? You saw the...
That's what I was looking at, and I was looking at it from a perspective like, if this movie wasn't made, what other movies would have been before them that could have had that similarity? Yeah. Because even if you look at the dialogue and the relationship between Riko and Kane, and how funny and how hilarious it is, I can see where the nuances would play a part. So I would say, even it just brings me to my next question. The personalities that we see on screen, how different or how similar it is between Riko and Kane to Jazzy and Adam?
I think we're very different.
Oh, really?
I think so. I feel like me and Jazzy, we're very laid back. Like, we just go with the flow. Like, whereas Riko and Kane, they're just hype. Like, they just want to be hype guys, and they're very different. But I feel like it's obviously got, especially my character, Riko, there's similarities there. We're very different, but like, for me, I thought it was very important to kind of touch on the mental health aspects that I went through, to incorporate that into the character. So, you know, there's similarities there, but I feel like we're very different.
Same for you?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I feel like Kane is just, he's on 100.
Yeah.
You know, and behind closed doors with me, I'm just more of a laid back person. That's like the side that obviously a lot of people don't get to see, but yeah, Kane is just 100, man. It was like, even filming it was like, to keep up that energy non-stop was it was challenging.
You're both producers on this.
Yeah.
What were you both conscious of that you wanted to do specifically different in this one that you didn't get to do in the last one? Because obviously it's a bigger budget now. It's being viewed by more people now. It's going to be out cinemas. Yeah. What was it that you were conscious of that you wanted to do differently, that you had to make sure that had to be implemented in this movie?
I feel like our plan was to always up the levels, you know. Obviously, you know, when I directed Sumotherhood, that was over 10 years ago. And
I wasn't involved in the process of Sumotherhood, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was literally just the actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there much difference in terms of like you having a more hands-on role? Did you enjoy it?
What, as in now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you gotta understand, like, I was literally there for all the stages.
Okay.
And I got to learn as well whilst I was doing it, you know? Like, whereas when I did Sumotherhood, it was more of, I was just an actor, directed by Adam, and so it was just completely different.
But going back to your point, for me, it was very important to make this look like 2023. Do you know what I'm saying? So we made sure we had the best cameras, the best team around us. We just wanted it to be for the times now, and I think that was very important to us.
And I feel like, obviously, you touch on mental health, you touch on bipolar, you touch on real issues in the community, in so many different areas and so many different aspects that's implemented in this movie. Why was that for you so important on talking on this? Because I feel like it is an important topic, and I sometimes feel it is downplayed. So I'm happy that you did bring it up, but why was that directly important for you to just...
I think when I went through my own struggles with mental health, I think it was so kind of public. You know, I didn't really have a say in that. It just went public. And I always knew when I was going through that time, when I get out the other end and things are brighter and I'm back on it. And I knew that would come. I knew I could work hard and I could get back out there. But when that happened, I knew that I have to raise awareness of mental health, and I need to break down the stigma of mental health. And I felt like it was really important to me to kind of just incorporate certain aspects so that we can get a conversation going, especially for young men. Because I know that there's so many young men that come up to me and tell me that they're going through their own mental health struggles. I want people to have that conversation. Like, for instance, Kane in the film, he often mentions, like, you know, have you taken your meds today? Yeah. And it's like, you know, if you've got someone, if you've got a friend out there that might suffer from bipolar or something else, then it's okay to ask them, you know, how they're doing. Go out your way for that friend, like, be there for your friends. And I feel like that was an important message I wanted to get out there.
Why don't you think that men talk about it enough? Because it is a real
Because
issue.
the stigma's real. The stigma around mental health is real, and I think people are really scared of it. And, you know, it's important for me to kind of break down that barrier. I feel like there's a lot. I'm quite lucky. I feel quite blessed that I've got the voice to be able to talk about it. I get to be creative and put it in films, but not everyone gets that chance. And I feel like when I was going through what I went through, I felt like there wasn't really anyone from my background or world that I could really relate to that was talking about mental health. So I'm a strong believer in breaking down the stigma, and, you know, I'm an ambassador for Bipolar UK. Okay. This means a lot to me, yeah.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I'm happy that you even included it, because I definitely have some friends that suffer from the same thing as well. So yeah, it's always good to just check in on them.
Of course, yeah.
Every day. 100%. You know what I mean? Now, action scene.
Talk to me.
Car chasing.
Talk to me.
The banter between you two. I have so many moments in this movie where I'm just like, this is funny. This is gold. The fighting scene. So wait, let me tell you my favourite scene. Yeah. My favourite scene has to be where you see Leomi Anderson, who plays Tamara, if I'm not wrong. Tamara. Yep. And then you're just like, who is that? And then the fight breaks out, and I'm just like, what? There's so much going on, but you're so engaged with the fact that, yes, he's into her, but he's still knocking out a couple men at the same time. So that was my favourite scene. What was your favourite scene?
For me personally, I love the bank scene.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the bank scene. It was fun to shoot, and like, that scene there, I could watch that 100 times, man. I don't know if I'm being like, I'm allowed to say that, innit? Like, but I love it. I love it. Like, honestly, I just think it was just amazing, man. Like, it was honestly a fun scene, especially where we had like all the cast there and stuff like that, and it was like everyone had their little lines. It was just, it was a moment.
Obviously, my favourite with that part would have to be when you take off the mask. That was hilarious. And then the names exchange, and I was just like, what is going on? This is going from bad to worse. And you root for them. You root for Riko and Kane. You want them to actually win. You want them to
and that was quite tricky, because, you know, I guess on paper you're not really meant to like these guys because they're hype. They want to do bad things in the world. So it was tricky. We wanted them to be relatable, and we wanted people to kind of go on their journey. But I guess that's what we worked. We worked hard to kind of get that balance, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Talk about the cameos for me. So many cameos from some incredible people.
Listen, that list was crazy.
Who was the most difficult to get?
Most difficult to get.
Who do you think?
No, do you know what? Right, I've got to be honest. I feel like when we were reaching out to people either got it or they didn't get it. It was one of them ones where they're either going to get what we're trying to do or they're not. And the majority of people that we reached out to, they got it. That they saw the vision. There was so much support. There wasn't really much like persuading. It was like, do you get it or not? And 90% of everyone we reached out to understood what we were doing. So I was personally...
Shout out to the 10%, sorry.
Yeah. Like, I was taken back by the amount of support we had. That was a lovely feeling, yeah.
That was a lovely feeling.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a star-studded lineup, full of cast, full of like, so much energy. I want to talk about Ed's scene.
Yeah.
Because I was like, firstly, I've never seen Ed act.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Ed do that. So for me, he made it believable for me, but it was also very, very funny.
Yeah. He didn't play about. He didn't, honestly.
He really brought his A game. So what was that experience like watching? Was you like in 2 months? Like, wait,
no,
this is Ed Sheeran?
I knew.
Or was you still in character? Like,
no, I knew when we were filming that scene.
Yeah.
When we were in the middle of filming it, I knew we had something there. I felt like, wow, he raised the bar of what I was expecting. But let me tell you about Ed. He is a perfectionist. Like that guy doesn't play around. Like he learned it's very dialogue heavy. There's a lot of dialogue. We had a rehearsal with him in his pub, in his house, and we rehearsed and it got to the point we were like, Ed, you're cool, you've got it, you smashed it. He's like, no, let's go again.
I was hungry. I was like, bro, Ed, we get it. I'm telling you, you've got this. But he
is a perfectionist.
Honestly, like as Adam said, he don't play no games. Like he really took this seriously. Like he took it very seriously. You know what I mean?
Was there any challenges either you faced in your characters for being Riko and Kane that were kind of difficult to overcome, or you just find little pockets of spaces where, okay, if I'm getting into character, this is how I'm gonna do it. This is how Riko would want it. This is how Riko would say it. Was there any difficulties for you? I think for me,
I knew I was gonna be busy on set directing, so I wouldn't have the time that I would normally have to kind of get into character on set. You've got a lot of time when you're just acting, waiting around so you can go through your lines. But I knew I didn't have that luxury on Sumotherhood because I was directing. So for me, it kind of come quite naturally because, we've been working on this script for years. So by the time we got on set, I felt like I knew Riko inside out. I felt like, I put the work in before we got onto set. But obviously, when you're on set, you're always finding out new things, little things you can do with your character. A lot of the stuff was, made up on the spot. But I gotta say, Jazzy as well. Like I've got to shout him out because I feel like, and I'm not, if you don't mind me talking on behalf, it's like I know Jazzy comes from a more improvised background, and this was the first time like lead role, dialogue heavy. The way I saw Jazzy taking it serious and learning his lines and going through it, and because I'm the kind of person. I'm a stickler for the words in the script. I don't really want people. I don't want people coming on script because we work hard on them lines. So I'm like, no, stick to the script. And I was on to Jazzy at certain times, but he understood. He worked hard, and I feel like when people see the energy that Jazzy puts into his character, I'm so proud. Honestly,
thank you. I think that was my challenge as well. Like as Adam was saying, throughout my whole career, I've been used to kind of like doing my own stuff, so everything was kind of like improvised, and even if I did write a script, I was able to change it because no one can tell me anything. Whereas with this one, like as Adam was saying, he was just very much like stick to the lines. And you got to understand, when you're a comedian and you do comedy, in the moment there's certain things that you just want to kind of just put in, you know what I mean? And it was just very difficult, and on top of it, my dialogue was crazy heavy, and I've never had that type of work before. So it was just a very big challenge. And on top of it, Kane was just on 100. Yeah. So it's like, you got to remember, we got to do like so many takes of the same thing. And I've got to keep that up. So that was a very big challenge. But, as time went on, I managed to, adapt, and we got it.
You brought back so much nostalgia in terms of working from cameos with a lot of TV greats from like EastEnders, British television, bringing that to the forefront, and it was just good to see so many familiar faces. What was it like working with these lot? Because you had so many personalities, so many different comedic backgrounds or different kind of TV roles in the past. So to now have them all in one project, what was that like for you?
I think for me personally, like I said, with Adam's been doing it from young, really. How old? 12?
I started when I was 12 years old.
12 years old.
So he started really from like 12 years old. But I can only talk for me. You gotta understand, I never went through the normal journey of acting, school and whatever. I was like a DIY guy type of thing, where it's like, I just ended up, I was a runner on Channel U, fetching drinks for the grime artists and stuff like that. And then slowly went from Channel U and then ended up having my own show. And I just kept on going. So to be now at a place where I just used to watch all these people, it felt very surreal for me. Like surreal. You know what I mean? And it was just such a crazy moment. Till now, just everything that's happening for me is just like, yeah, this is mad.
Yeah, amazing.
I think for me, I was just very aware that everyone we had on set, they knew why we were there. We were trying to create something different and special. And I feel like everyone worked hard. Like, there was just a general feeling on set of like greatness. Everyone wanted to be great. And so there was no problems. It just went smoothly, if I'm being honest.
It felt like it got made with love, innit?
Yeah, a lot of love. There was a lot of love behind it.
A lot of love.
You know, people came on set and they just represented. They knew their lines. There was direction and stuff, but I feel like there was just a good vibe. And when you've got a good vibe on set, you're always going to get the best work.
And just to touch on what he was saying as well, it's like, it's weird to kind of like be in a project where everyone feels like they're taking it as if it's their own. Like everyone just took it personally. Like they were just coming in, adding stuff on, you know what I mean? Just kind of, it was just crazy. It was just,
but I've got to say as well, like shout out to our team, like
Yeah.
the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Finn Bruce, I think he's an amazing producer.
Big up Finn, man.
Like honestly, his attention to detail.
Yeah.
Working with Finn was amazing. Kevin, Barry, Rob, the whole team. Like
yeah.
it's-
Shout out to Michael Vu as well.
Michael, obviously,
come
Michael
on.
Vu, like, you know, we've been writing since over 10 years now. He's an amazing writer. I just feel, honestly, I feel very blessed to be around the team I've got. And yeah.
What's the one thing you want your audience to take away from this? When they say
Laughter.
Yeah.
I just want people to have a good time.
Good time.
Yeah, we
Good
didn't
time.
take ourselves too serious, you know. We wanted people to be able to watch this film and just forget about their problems and laugh and smile.
Life
you know?
is too serious right
people
now,
have had a
man.
hard
It's
time, man.
people
Yeah.
have had
People have had,
you know
you
what
know
I
what I'm
mean?
saying? When you look
Yeah.
at the pandemic and all that, it's the time to just have fun and laugh, man.
Even now, it's like, you go on your phone now on social media, there's going to be something depressing. You're going to turn on the TV, there's something depressing. It's like, we were just like, nah, man, this needs to change. We need to change up the narrative in our own little way.
Yeah.
And we were just like, we just want everyone to have fun for 90 minutes.
And I feel like you
know
get
what
the
I mean?
support from a lot of people as well, because
Yeah.
it's just happy to see people back on screens, the cameos and everything like that, and just the storyline as well, and obviously people supporting you as well.
Yeah.
Have people started stopping you on the Tesco's and Sainsbury's?
You
and
know,
like,
it's so crazy
started
that
for
you said
pictures
that.
and
It's mad. We were actually talking about this on the phone, I think, yesterday. And I was just saying to him, it's like, it's so weird because when, obviously, before the film, it was kind of like, even if people know who I am or whatever it is, it's kind of like, you know, that nod, like, yeah, what's happening? I know everything's cool. But now it's just now pictures again.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro, man needs to take a picture, whatever it is. So it's just crazy. But, you know, I love it, man.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I forget sometimes that so many people are aware of your work. You forget that people know about your early work. So I'll be in the street and someone will come over and talk about dub plate drama, and I'm like, wow, you remember that? That was so long ago. But I just feel blessed, you know, like we shot a lot of the film in East London, and the love from the community, like around Hackney, Bethnal Green and all that, there was a lot of love, and I felt that from my community. So yeah, I feel blessed, man. I feel like there's a lot of love out there, and I feel so grateful to be doing what I love again.
Can I just say about Adam as well, because Adam's hilarious. You gotta understand, I grew up on him, you know what I'm saying, and he forgets that.
I grew up on him as well.
Yeah, so I'll be on the phone to him, and like, I think even just on the way here, and I'm just like, bro, like, you're a living legend. You know what I mean? I know he doesn't like to hear all of this, but like, honestly, just me working with him and just seeing, you gotta understand, this guy directed whilst we was like on set. He was acting in it, and he was producing as well. Like, it's mad. Do you know what I'm saying? And honestly, he has all the respect from me.
Oh, thank
honestly.
you, bro.
Accept your flowers, bro.
Yeah,
Accept your
man.
flowers, bro.
Thank you.
I feel like you definitely deserve it because you've been in this game such a long
I'm
time.
happy he's back, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy he's back.
How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
if I had my
'Cause
way, I wouldn't have left. Do you know what I'm saying? If I had my way, I wouldn't have gone anywhere. But I just want to create. That's all I want to do. I feel like part of me, this was to kind of prove myself in the sense of, look, I've been through what I've gone through, but I've been creating since I was like 12 years old, whether that be music or writing plays, or so I just want people to know me for my work again, and let my work do the talking. I just feel blessed to be back. I do.
What's next for you guys?
We're just writing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
trying to.
Right,
I don't want
more.
it to be a 10-year
You said that
gap.
with a smile on your face, like you're sitting on something gold.
Do you know what
you
it
got
is?
something coming.
Do you know what it
they
is?
don't even know.
Do
Like,
you know what it is? It's like, it's something I've always said. Like, whenever that question comes up, I don't really like to be like, yeah, man, I got this, I got that, or whatever. I'll just smile and just be like, yeah, man, don't worry, man, we coming. We're coming. We're cooking, man. We're cooking.
Can I get the audition list so next time I can audition?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, everyone needs a big guy.
Yeah. Now the audition process, he don't play.
Oh, is it?
Nah, he doesn't play.
Because you know when you got like friends and family saying, "Look, put me in the film, put me in."
Nah,
like,
bro.
Disclaimer.
I didn't say put me in the film.
No, that's why I rate that. That's why I rate that, bro.
But
that's
it was
why I
one
rate
that because I feel like like sometimes it becomes a friends and family thing, and I'm like, no, the way we work is like, no, we want to see everything. Bro. It doesn't matter if it could be my mum. Like you've got audition for that character. You've got we need to see it.
And honestly, I feel like the team, we made sure that like we're about the art.
The quality,
quality. So it doesn't matter, auntie, uncle, brethren, best friend, brother, sister. Everyone's auditioning. It doesn't even matter if it's one line you're auditioning. That's just how we just want greatness. Yeah, that's it, greatness.
All right, let me get your thoughts on this before we wrap this up. I feel like London right now is in a great space in terms of music and movies. I feel like we're crushing it across the world. Everyone's seen Top Boy and have their own nuances. It's all around social media and stuff. What's your thoughts right now on the current climate in terms of movies as a whole, UK talent?
I feel like we're in a good place right now because, like you said, Top Boy was amazing what they did for the culture. And I feel like what's happening now is we're not just looking at these films like urban films anymore. When I first started, it was like, it's urban, it's a certain niche market. But now this is mainstream. The fact we went from an independent film to working with one of the biggest studios in the world, Paramount, that's very surreal for me. But that's the level it's got to now. And for instance, like, when I was having meetings with distribution, I was like, I didn't understand how the music labels can be so ahead. You've got all these artists working with American artists in the USA and all that, but we don't have that in the film. We don't have the film isn't portraying that yet. And I feel like hopefully this will be the start of that, to have our culture represented in a mainstream way where it's not always looked upon just as urban. It's just a mainstream film.
And I think as well, it's like it's time to have just different stories, man.
Facts.
I feel like the UK really and truly, it's like sometimes it's like just allow us to just give you lot different stuff.
It feels like we're scared sometimes in this country to take risks.
Why do you think that is though?
Because I feel like we make drama very well in the UK. So when you're talking about gritty dramas, and we make some of the best in this country. But I feel like if you're talking about the kind of comedy we're trying to put out there, I feel like the Americans done that very well. And I feel like we're quite, we're British, innit? We don't like to be loud, but we just want to kind of raise the energy and bring a different kind of energy to the scene.
I believe it's shifting now, slowly.
Yeah.
We're busting through the doors.
Yeah, but we need more of these type of, you know what I mean? It's like projects like this, and it will just help. Yeah, it will just help, and it will just open up more doors for other people, from directors to producers to even just behind the scenes.
Yeah, Let's touch a bit on business before I let you guys go. You spoke about Paramount. You spoke about how involved Paramount was. And then even before that, Jazzy, you touched on the fact that you was getting a lot of no's, a lot of rejection.
Yeah.
So
loads of no's.
Loads of no's.
Yeah.
What was it that got it over the line for Paramount to then say yes to you?
Okay, so for
I
me,
feel like that's very important. For there's going to be young producers, young directors making short films on YouTube and stuff like that, and they're going to watch this.
Yeah.
So what was it that got it over the line for you?
Well, my thing that I'd be saying to any up and coming director or creative out there, like, you've got to believe in your own project. Like, you have to believe in it, because it might be a situation where no one else will believe in that. But we always knew we had something special. But it got to the point where we were facing a lot of rejection, because when you're trying to do something that's never been done before, when you're trying to say, look, comedy and drama and action, they're like, well, we haven't seen this before, so is this going to work? And if I'm being honest, a lot of the stuff that was written about me in the public, it can be quite scary for companies to get their head around that. And so I knew that we had to find the investment ourselves. This was a movie that we had to make ourselves. Once we could make it ourselves, then we could show people the vision. It needed to be on screen. People needed to see the vision. And we were very blessed that Paramount got the vision, and it's been very collaborative as well. Like, we've worked together on ideas, and it feels amazing. It does.
And big up Paramount in regards to that. But let's not forget, when we did the film, there was these 3 guys which are the execs that actually made it happen for us.
And can I say on that well, Robert Williams, one of the executive producers, yes, we faced a lot of rejection, but when I met Rob, that was one of the first meetings where we had a real honest talk. And he was like, yeah, I know about your mental health struggles. I've gone through my own mental health struggles. And I know you can recover from a bad mental health episode. And that's why I believe in you. So apparently they invested in this film without even reading the script, just based on the fact they believed in what I could do. And so, it can get me emotional, man, because to have someone like that believes in you after years of rejection and years of the industry turning their back on you, to finally be around the team I've got now is
well, you have to understand, like, and I'm just talking based on, obviously he went through his mental health and stuff, but just me as his friend and riding with him throughout the journey, like, bro, we went through a lot. It's deeper than, you know, what everyone's seeing right now. Like, we went through some real hardship, you know, and it's just so nice to finally see what's happening right now. And even just Adam, to just see him back here, for me personally, same way that he's like, oh yeah, it gets him emotional, but it gets me emotional myself, because to just know how we started to now, it just feels like this is what it's about. It's unity, it's sticking with, sometimes don't follow the crowd, you know what I mean? When it's your tribe, just stick with it, man.
And never give up, man. That's what I would tell the young people listening.
Never give up.
Like, believe in your dream and make it happen yourself. There's always a way. You'll find a way. You know what I'm saying? So just stick to your dream.
And also, it's okay not to follow a trend as well. That's another thing as well. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Like, just if you feel like you've got this idea is completely different and no one's done it, just try it. Just do it. You know, I feel like sometimes
pick up a phone, innit? Like, pick up a camera, just film.
I feel like in the UK sometimes, man, we love to play it safe. Everyone wants to kind of just do what the next person's doing. And whereas in America,
you can't blame them though, because they've seen the trajectory. And now you've seen the trajectory, and some people might follow that. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what's worked for him. And it might be something that the masses are looking for.
But if you see what Rapman's doing, like, his concepts are original. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was.
Shout out to Rapman.
Yeah, big up Rapman, man. Like, you know, he's got something on Netflix. I can't obviously, I won't say too much, but the concept is original, and I love that. It's like, that's the kind of filmmaking I love, man.
And I just feel like, and sorry to cut, but like, I just feel like where we're at now, unity is so important. You know, especially in the industry that we're in now. So like, as Adam's saying, as we're talking about Rapman and stuff like that, it's like, bro, what he's doing is amazing. And that's what we want. We just want like loads of people to come through and just to change up the game, man. You know?
Cool. 3 words from each of you that describes Sumotherhood.
Funny, smart, and a journey. That's not even 3 words, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Funny, smart, and original.
Funny, smart,
and authentic.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going for 4 as well, yeah? I like that.
I
like that. Entertaining.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Wacky.
Okay.
We did bar for bar now.
Yeah. Crazy.
I give up. But check it out though, man. Check it out. Spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Get everyone to just get behind it. It's going to be a fun cinema experience, man.
Nah, it is, man. Serious.
It's going to be amazing. This will be my last question. Now, you've spoken so much openly about stuff, the press, everything, and still people have rooted for you. You spoke about the producer that understands you and said yes to you even before reading the script. Now, a lot of things has come out by another person. You know the person who I'm referring to. Things have happened, and I just wanted to know, when all of those things happened, was you surprised that happened? Was you, because you've been quite vocal and you never let that stop you?
I feel like I've done so much talking about that in the past. I don't even feel like I need to really even go there. I don't even want to go there, if I'm being honest. I will go there one day if I need to, but my thing is that I've said a lot in the past, and I just feel like I'm in such a good place right now. I feel so positive. I feel so creative. I don't even want to go back to that place.
What he's basically saying is Sumotherhood out, baby. That's what he's saying. Sumotherhood out, baby. Make sure you go and watch that.
But thank you, honestly, Adam Deacon, Jazzy, thank you so much. The lead
Come
cast
on, man.
and some
Appreciate
other-
that, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Love, man.
That's a wrap.
Come on, bro.
On Represent Radio.
Appreciate
Stay
that.
locked. Woo!
Yes, man.
What an interview.
Wow, it was a good interview, man. Thank you, bro.